What's up, everybody? It's Brandon Stoudenheimer, and I'm back with yet another Top 5 Thursday. On this week's, I will be doing Brian Smith's Top 5 Celebrity Dance Scenes. Now, I basically narrowed this down to my top 5 dance scenes in movies. Now, I will say that I did kind of stretch with one, but that's because I couldn't necessarily narrow it down to one dance scene. The whole movie makes up dance scenes. And this won't necessarily be encompassing what I think are the best dance scenes in movies. Of course, I always do this subjectively, what I personally like the most. But in general, you're not going to be like necessarily seeing, oh, Grease is in here, this is in here. Not saying Grease isn't in here, but is it going to be, Footloose? We ain't going to do shit like that. It's going to be more free form, where I might surprise you it's in here because it might be like, oh, that was a funny dance scene. Yes, and it made it. Oh, that was this because of this. Yes, and it made it. You know whatever I'm trying to say. You get the fucking point. It won't be just straightforward, save the last dance. Or maybe I do stomp the yard. You got served. And it's not going to be like, damn, dude, did you see how technical that was? Not necessarily what this list is going to be. So strap in. Top 5 dance scenes. At number 5, you know what? I'll get the one I kind of cheated on where I didn't really pick a select dance scene out of the way. That's going to be Night at the Roxbury, dude. Chris Kattan and Will Ferrell. And I got to choose this because the whole movie's basically one big dance, dude. Every time they dance in this movie, it's fucking spot on. It seems like 5 minutes will go by, and they're doing another one of their dumbass loser dances that everybody in the movie seems to hate so much and cringe over, but we can't stop laughing at, right? I mean, these characters were born off of Saturday Night Live basically because of their dancing. And the you, me, him, you, okay. All that shit, it transferred into the movie world where it didn't necessarily get positively received, and you'll still see some people hate on it. But despite those critics that didn't positively receive it, and the people that hated on it, it became a cult fucking following type of movie. Who doesn't love A Night at the Roxbury? You might have him and him that doesn't, but that third person's like, oh my god, yes. So it definitely has its fans, and a big reason why is the fucking dancing. Not even when they're in the fucking clubs that they can't seem to get into. Fucking Doug and Steve Butabi, these dumb bastards that we love so much. Also when they're like in the fucking flower van for like their dad's flower van. They're over there fucking like doing this shit, going back and forth. Whatever the hand movements are, wrecking like fucking idiots. TJ Hooker. Yeah, I mean, everything, dude. When they're in the fucking club, Chris Kattan has this one dance move where he's coming up on an old girl and he's kind of like stomping. He does like a swipe down with his arms like that, and the sound design on it's actually really good. It sounds like he's actually flipping his shirt down really fucking hard, which follows, Will Ferrell hitting them with that. Then they're dancing together, spinning them around. It's cool, funny shit, dude. I have to have it on here. At number 4, I'm going to throw my boy Van Damme some love. The infamous Kickboxer dance scene, dude. It's the goofiest fucking dance scene ever. He's over here like clapping, doing this. Next thing you know, he's shaking his shoulders, going down in the splits. I will not show you that, but believe it or not, I just did that. You just can't see it because it's below the camera. Okay, am I lying? Is it showing on my face? Maybe. Can't do the splits. But that whole dance scene is just goofy as shit, and it's oddly very likable. Like, in any other movie, any other person doing it, you'd be like, this is some weird shit. But something about that dance scene has stood the test of time, as goofy as it is. It's something we can look back on as, like, perfect as, like, Van Damme was with, like, not even necessarily in that movie, because, he was not, like, cocky yet. He had a few more cocky roles. Time Cop, for example, where he could do no wrong in the movie. He was the ultimate hero. But it showed like a softer side to him, you know what I mean? A goofy side where he's just having fun, dude. He lightens up right there. And that scene kind of transcends a lot of his movies and comes up a lot. He even recreated it on the Conan show when they redid the Kickboxer movies. I believe it was on the first one because now they've done 2 with Elaine Moosey. Shout out to him because I want him to play Johnny Cage. Let's get it around. But I mean, it just, when he recreated it, that magic was like right back, right there on the Conan O'Brien show. And that dance, as goofy as it is, it's just like one of those things you're like, this motherfucker, back at it again. And then he throws the splits in, goofy as shit. And then what happens? He breaks out into a fight. Why is guys trying to hurt me? It's just fucking dope. Leads to an awesome drunken fight, drunken dancing. What can't Van Damme do? Anyways, at number 3, we're going to roll with Black Swan. Yeah, okay. This is some actual dancing. Um, Natalie Portman's character, Nina. Just basically the last scene, I guess, if I had to choose one, just because it's the whole movie coming to an end. Everything it's built to Nina with her psychosis. She's dancing. She's in front of her mother. The camera's like flickering back and forth between her and her mother. The scarce look on her mother's face. Nina just killing it like she has the fucking whole movie with the dance moves that I know nothing about, but it's beautifully shot, so I'm engaged. I guess I can like a dance movie because this movie Black Swan, such a good psychological thriller. But that last dance scene where she's starting to bleed and she falls over and you're kind of like, what the fuck just happened? Boom, she's dead, or is she? There's always that argument that, oh, did she kill herself right there, or oh, is she eliminating her old like identity and finally stepping into this new role, that kind of thing. Believe what you want to believe with it. I kind of lean more towards the second one because I also think the directors came out and said that's what it is. The second thing, I should say, where she's kind of blending into this new identity. But growing up, when I first saw it, I always thought she killed herself, and maybe I'm dark, but I kind of like that better. Yeah, what can I say? But yeah, just that dance scene and capping with that, with the music playing, it's like that last poetic punch, and the movie just delivers. If you haven't seen Black Swan, it's old enough now, and I'm sorry for maybe ruining it for you, but yeah, there's that. Yeah, it's shit, people. What, it come out like 10 years ago, something like that? Yeah, Black Swan. Watch Black Swan. It's still a good movie either way. You probably don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. When you're watching it, you'll probably forget. It's cerebral, bro. Cerebral. At number 2, I'm going to go Shanghai Nights. Definitely not my favorite Jackie Chan movie. One of his better American efforts, I guess you could say. But there's a little dance number he does amidst the fight scene. Now, this is a little different than Van Damme's fight scene because he did it before and then it broke into a fight, which was fun. Jackie Chan, of course, being Jackie Chan himself, he had to add in the fighting with the dancing. He's got like an umbrella and he's like running up this way doing his like Jackie Chan parkour shit before parkour was even fucking cool. I mean, come on, dude. If Bruce Lee is the father of mixed martial arts, maybe Jackie Chan's the father of parkour. Who knows? I don't know. But this dude was doing wild shit like that before I had ever seen it. Now, maybe I was just numb to watch. There's going to be some parkour guy that comes on here like, actually, we've been around since the mid-'70s. We're just now trying to break into the local scene by doing more daring stunts. I don't know the history of parkour. I'm sorry if I look like an idiot right now, but it's just how I felt. I mean, I never saw it before Jackie Chan, and this is a good example of it. Not quite to the extreme he did with some stunts. I mean, Jesus, if you look at some of the stunts Jackie Chan's done. But it's classic Chan, where he's bouncing off of walls. He's kind of like tiptoeing with the umbrella. He's using the umbrella to fight people. There's one particular scene where he's got like a seesaw type thing going on where dude's trying to grab something and he's pushing down his foot. He's pushing down his foot, pushing down his foot. And then he snaps and like, I forget exactly what he does, but he does something completely different, attacks him, and then slams his hand in there. It's just a great scene. It's so well choreographed, and it's a beautiful dance. Times the fighting. How can you dislike it? Am I right? Shanghai Nights, people. And number 1, I'm going to go with a recent movie, mainly because this scene fucked me up. Suspiria. I actually just posted this in the box office manager group last night. Yeah, it was last night. And that was the old movie. I'm talking about the remake here, the 2018 remake. I believe it came out in 2018. This movie in general was one, when I first watched it, I was like, I don't know if I like the remake. I don't hate it. Couldn't really put my finger on it. But I knew I had to watch it again. And when I gave it that second run, like not even a year later, I was hooked. This movie is amazing. But this scene in particular got me from the jump. The dance scenes in Suspiria already are just kind of creepy with, the witch element involved and just this whole fucking house that dances and the way they do, so provocative, and so it's hard to explain. If you watch the movies, you'll know what I'm talking about. The dances are uneasy with the music that's playing. It doesn't even really hint at like, oh, this could be normal. Like it does, but you can feel underneath it where you're like, yeah, something's fucked up here. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. But Suspiria, the remake, has a particular scene where this girl named Olga, she is in the other room. You know, she's basically, I think, in like timeout in the scene. I've only seen it twice. But then the new girl's dancing. I believe Dakota Johnson's her actress name. Did a fabulous job. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I've seen her in a few movies, but she really did helm the lead here pretty damn well. But while she's dancing and contorting in different ways, Olga's in the other room in this House of Mirrors room, almost like fucking Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee style. Not quite. Mirrors aren't shaped like that, but it's a square box of a room with mirrors everywhere. And Olga, every time Dakota Johnson's character does like a move, Olga's going like, her arm's breaking, and then she's getting broke this way, and then like she's zooming in on her face crying, and her cheekbone like shoots out this way. Every move that Dakota Johnson is making, due to like what the witches did to her, they set this up that way, you know, witchcraft, what have you. Olga's character is getting bent and broken in different fucking ways, contorting. I can't contort. Like double jointed does this no justice, because this girl is ripped apart basically till the very end, where she's just a puddle of like tears, where she's just basically, it's almost like somebody folded her up like she was a fucking cover and threw her in a fucking heap on the ground, and that's how she died. And the dancing that goes with that, every time Dakota Johnson, it cuts to her doing a move, you're like, oh no, and then you see an arm break away it shouldn't go, and it is just intense as fuck, and it fucks with your head, and you're on pins and needles like, oh, what's she about to do now? Oh no. Very, very, very disturbing scene. If you haven't seen the Suspiria remake, if you got patience in your soul, stick with it and watch it. If you're the type of person that needs shit now, like most of society, and can't handle a build-up, a good movie, even I, somebody that can dig his claws in deep into these kind of movies, kind of had trouble with it the first watch, maybe it isn't for you. But if you're that type of person that can enjoy a slow burn, and especially if you're a guy and you can look like, what's this movie about dancing right now? Is this about dancing? I'm not going to watch this. It's about dancing. You believe this? You want me to watch a movie about dancing? If you're one of those guys, just don't fucking watch it. But if you can hold on to the patience, be open to the idea, there is some fucked up rewards. And let me tell you, they are fucked up. So also be ready for that, because when we get to that finale, oh my God. But Olga's death, that was definitely a standout. I'll give you that much, because it's a part of the list. So gross, so nasty, so fucked up, and powered by dance. That's got to be my number one. I'm going to make it my number one. There you have it. There you have it, guys. Top 5 celebrity dance scenes, the Olga edition. Yeah. Fucking watch these movies if you haven't. And if you wanted a different list, Brian, that's too damn bad. No, I hope I had somewhat of a balance here. We had action movies, comedies, and serious movies with different takes. But you know, it wasn't flat out Grease, Footloose, You Got Served, where they're balanced. We didn't do all that here. You know what I mean. You saw the outcome. You get it now. Hope you enjoyed it. Not just you, Brian, but everybody. And I got to tell you, when you first said this list, I was like, this is going to be hard. But as soon as I actually sat there and thought about it, so many dance scenes flooded my mind, and this is the 5 I came up with. I'm sure I'm leaving one out that might even end up in a comment section somewhere where I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. But here's my 5. So enjoy, baby. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for supporting us. And make sure not just to follow us in the group Box Office Banner Movies. If you're getting a new thing from Box Office Banner Movies, like I'm already in the group. It's not the group. It's the page. We have to get that page up now because that page, since we're moving over from Project Louder, that's where all of our posts are going to be coming from. So group is everybody involved. Page is where you get our content first, and we'll have all of our content. So if you could please like that, we would appreciate you so much. Either way, thank you. Love you guys. Peace.